I'm living proof of a dream come true. 25 years, blood, sweat, and tears.
Let's take it back to the days, the early days.
I start from a garage, turntables, mixer, and a bunch of records. All my dreams was in that garage.
DJ Khaled blowing up the whole world.
I worked 24 hours around the clock from passing out my own flyers, throwing my own parties. I could have been a radio DJ, or I could be the biggest DJ.
DJ Khaled, New York, let's go!
My whole career's been off of love. People supporting me, and me supporting them. The more blessings you give, the more blessings you give back. Nothing's impossible.
Hey, yo, Pop, what's up, Khaled? Woo, let's get it.
That's the key. Welcome to the winning team.
Mango Ciroc, why not?
Let's get it.
Come over later whenever, girl, you could come right now. Go play, you could come over later, you know that I'm down. But tell me if you wanna stay, start on this elevator, no one's around. Girl, if you wanna go play, you could come over later, girl, I'll wait. You could come over later whenever, girl, you could come right now.
Thankful. Thankful for still being here.
Gangsta Brazil!
It's been a hell of a run. Could have been ended. It's been a run of legendary proportions. One nigga's dream of.
And I do not fuck with fake niggas, so rinse me with that snake. On a low pro 3-piece.
Man, we shooting, man. We're Ground Zero. Crenshaw and Slauson, Fat Burger, Dave East, Marathon Clothing.
I look more to coupe, ain't no clarity in my wheel. That rolling bezel dancing, that clarity on my wrist. That 40 get the dance and I carry it on my hip. I ain't gon' feel no pressure, don't care how these niggas feel. I ain't gon' keep on stressing, no problems, I'm doing drugs. You can't see it how I see it, you can't keep up. All my enemies defeated, we run it up. All my money going away when I count it up.
Used to kiss my granny, make my morning swerves. Foggy window in my cutlass was my learning curve. Keep a couple pistols in my furniture. Every time they serve.
Marathon, man. It's a marathon. It ain't a sprint. It ain't a race. It's a marathon. You know what I mean? Run a lap, nigga.
Endurance, it stands for staying down. It stands for like not quitting. Accepting the ups and downs, whatever game you commit yourself to, and riding it out, you feel me?
I was riding around in the V12 with the racks in the middle.
This collab is important to the team, man. Nip negotiated this in his Puma deal.
What's up, nigga?
There had to be a Puma Marathon Clothing collab, and that was big.
It's the parking lot that, you know what I'm saying, I first started selling my shit on my trunk.
I'm the type that's gon' go get it.
We had the shop and all that. We right here out the trunk, doing what we do, getting our little money, you know what I'm saying, scraping up our little ends.
Every design, every detail, to the zipper, the logo placement, the fit of the clothes, it was spearheaded by Nip.
The launch pad though, right here.
I look at it like, you know, we honor the people that ain't quit. We honor the people that stayed down. You know, just the way that it progressed, it's important that the people understand what that process was.
flights back and forth to Boston, sketches, going over samples. Nick brought his own personal stylist, tried everything on, make sure the cuts were right, dove 100% in to make sure that the quality and the style was authentic. It was something, number one, Nip would wear, and Nip felt proud of designing with the team. And I'm just honored that it's able to come out on a national level. When we were younger, we used to look at brands like Fubu, Sean John, Rocawear, and I hope one day we could have something to inspire other children, other kids, and I'm proud that it's here.
Yeah, so the actual brand, the name of the brand obviously is the Marathon, and it just stands for endurance. It stands for staying down. It stands for like not quitting, accepting the ups and downs of whatever game you commit yourself to, and riding it out.
Back rows for
You know
me
what
like
we went
seats.
through. You
We
know,
got the old footage, man. The shit didn't change, man. You know what I'm saying? We growing. Still going, man. It's a marathon, man.
Keys,
You know?
they say I was selling dreams. Back to the brick wall, I'm in hella trees. Visualizing hella cheese, you can smell a weed.
Marathon, man. Run a lap, nigga.
Me fuel to the fire, took it higher than they ever seen. Frequent flight seat like eyes bloodshot, I don't never sleep. My niggas act on instinct, we don't never think. When confronted with a problem, we don't never flee. We connected at the bottom like the letter V. So accustomed to the pop and we don't even blink when them shots go off. Get the Glock show off. Yellow tape a nigga equal up to hate.
You never seen him hang like
major,
this.
nigga, just a demonstration, nigga. Within the matrix, nigga, I drew illustrations with him. Words that is, for sure that is. Look, that nigga got his off the curb, that is. So how the fuck is niggas so concerned with his? I be baffled by the fact when niggas burn their bridge and try to double back like, what the fuck is that like? Nigga, what this rap like? Way too bad.
Just fine. And we ain't finna wait no more, so don't waste my time. Remember when we had no way, but we'll be okay for now. We'll be okay for now, and here on out.
Now you up, huh? Make it hard to trust, huh? Got you fucked up, saying it was luck, huh? Pulling up, huh? Limo tent the trucks, huh? Open trust, huh? Then you fill them up, huh? Every time a nigga drop, it's real as fuck, huh? Every time you hit the road, you fill them up, huh? Whole city know that you became the one, huh? They seen it from the jump, huh? The pressure weigh a ton, huh? Especially where you come from. Every night, heavy price, but it's just the cloth you cut from. It's alright, it's just life if you want one. Learn to hold yourself down with a big gun. All these niggas playing tough, you gon' chip one. For these dollars a decade, you a rich one. Fuck it though, cause when you flat broke, you ain't nothing, bro.
When I think about Mogul in the kind of the business or culture or impact sense, well, one, I think about the virtues and attributes of people that we look at as moguls. He had them all. Charisma. He probably more charisma than the average Fortune 100 CEO, right? A natural leader, a risk taker. I don't know if there are many other people who can communicate as well as him. In addition to being all that, he had, a couple other dimensions that people don't have. Like he led with empathy, right? Everyone he talked to felt a real connection to him. And they felt like when he talked to them, he was seeing them, that they were the most important person at that moment. That's some shit that most successful people, most moguls, leaders don't figure out. He had that. Every relationship he had, everyone genuinely loved him and connected with him in a real way. So you put all that shit together and then, he was just so intellectually inquisitive and he was an active learner, always trying to get better. And what did he do with that? I think he built the most enduring brand, not just in hip hop, but in music. I really think it's the most perfect brand that's ever been created. Like the Marathon is a concept. It's abstract enough that anybody can take it and project their life onto it or it onto their lives. Everybody's running their own marathon.
So one of our investments has become strategic. Summer 18, man, such a season. About to make my partners look like fucking genius. We was in the Regal, it was me and Steven. We done took a dream and turned it to a scene.
It's brand over belief. You might believe something is hot just because, like your homeboy said it's hot.
That's
you
right.
believe, oh man, this is my dream. I believe. I understand. You believe.
That's right.
But the brand research said this is what we should do.
That's what we should.
And when I go with belief, you go to the poorhouse.
That's right.
When I go
Straight
with
there.
brand, I go to the building.
Come on, man. Up front.
Anybody that you can think of right now that's a superstar,
Come on.
they're a brand. It's just that simple. Because guess what? One of my other mentors, Bob Francis, told me this, and I live and die by this as well. When the body leave the room, the brand stay.
Tapping in, say they waiting for it, tell the streets back again. Riding around inside the back again, rolling flight inside the back again. 405, another traffic jam. Improvise another master plan. Sit outside of the family pad, another 7 grams inside a sandwich bag. My whole life is like a balance act. Big was check, but could you handle that? I pull up inside the back.
All right, people, Grand Rising to everybody, Lyrical Shakespeare rolling. I want to say, first of all, I appreciate everybody I'm glad everybody waking up this morning alive and healthy. I'm assuming healthy. We're glad everybody's in the building today. Roland, check your email as well. I just sent you an email. So check that when you get a chance, Roland. Lyrical Shakespeare, good morning. So today's platform is talking about something very important. Roland, check your email. Talking about something very important. Do you expect to make money? Here's why this is so important to us. This is not about materialism. It's not being materialistic. This is strictly about the essence, the foundational things of business when it comes to making money and setting yourself up for success. A lot of people don't understand this concept, so they create product and create things that really don't. They create products and they create situations that really don't make sense to the consumer. So what happens is when they go out there and actually put the product out there to the public, nobody financially supports it. Nobody actually gets behind it. The thing is, you are creating these things not only to inspire people, not only to motivate people, not only to change people's lives, but also to create currency so you can duplicate that and do it again. I don't think Roland is focused on making films just to make films. The money that he's making, generating from those films, is going to go back into his pocket to reinvest into his brand to create more content. So financially, he can go out there and do things on a higher level, i.e., like you see from Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry, I don't know if it's true, but just bought back BET. He hasn't announced it yet, so I said allegedly. But just the excitement around, here's a guy who was sleeping in his car. Nobody believed in Medea. And he kept going, kept building, didn't stop. And now he's responsible for all these jobs. Now he has this whole studio out there around him. Tyler Perry Studios right there in Atlanta. Built it on racist land. And now is employing all these people. But his products are for sale. People feel honored to invest into what he has. He expects to make money because that money fuels his economy. We all have our own economy that we have to fuel. We all have our own economy that we must focus on so we can build out our particular universe the way we need to, so we can help, so we can keep impacting the communities and the demographics that we're outreaching to. And that's important. So do you expect to make money goes back to the foundational things like I mentioned earlier, but it's so important that everyone understands that understanding your purpose has a lot to do with making money. Again, understanding your purpose has everything to do with making money, because you cannot make money if you truly don't understand your purpose. Because once you truly understand your purpose, your value and to your visual presentation of that is going to skyrocket. It's going to skyrocket. You're going to be able to now visualize how you want your product to hit the market. When you see people's brands just blow up and everything they do is working, visually everything they do makes sense, it's pleasing to the eyes, it's engaging, it's appealing. When you see all these different things happening, you know for a reason why it's happening, because they have not come full circle with everything. That only comes when you understand the purpose. When you understand the purpose, you can see the vision. When you start to see the vision, then you can start visually and physically putting all the pieces, the marketing piece together, so when people see it, they're like, wow, that's Lyrical Shakespeare's brand. I see it now. Then people start to make money. If you look at this banner right here on your screen, Concierge Instagram fan base growth. You know, Roland, we've been talking about this. You've been hearing me talk about this now for over a week. And I said we're launching this campaign on Monday, but you see the banner. Now you can see and understand the vision comes to light. As far as people saying, oh, meet your personal human social media engagement partner. Outreach to a minimum of 300 internal followers every 30 days. Da, 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 da. Now people can look at that banner and see exactly what our vision is for this particular product and why it's so important. Again, when you understand your purpose, it's easier to map out the vision, because the color scheme, the font style, the design, you want everything will capture how you feel, because at the end of the day, the currency, the money allows you to impact, help, and empower people, more people. But people are not going to spend their hard-earned cash for things to them that do not connect. People are not going to spend their hard-earned cash on you if your vision doesn't connect with theirs. And the only way that comes true is if your product truly serves a need. From a musical aspect, things that you rap about, it needs to strike a chord. It needs to have that substance. It needs to be able to reach whatever market you're trying to reach. And then from there, we build on that, because now we know you can reach people. Now we can teach people your vision. That's the difference. The same thing with any other type field, whether it be visually, whether it be your poet, whether it be your film director, whatever it is, you can do that. The thing is, you need to expect to make money from it, because you're going to put a higher standard on what you're doing. You're going to put a higher level of quality behind it. You're going to take it to a level that most people will not take it. You're going to do that because you're going to put everything behind it. Everything from the design, like it's like you hear with the Nipsey Hussle stuff. You see where he was like, yo, Nip brought his own personal stylist. Nip tried on all the clothing. Nip was involved in every stitch of the details. It was that important to him. It's the same thing here. Every detail of everything we put out there must make sense. It has to make sense. It has to come together for what we're doing because we want everybody to feel what we feel. Part of making money is making people feel how you feel. Ray Kroc at McDonald's, when you go through a McDonald's, his vision was people to get good food, hot, fast, and over again, the same style, the same way. Ray Kroc invented franchise. So again, he wanted people to feel that. Whatever you want people to feel, imagine what that looks like. It's easier to paint the vision once you're so encompassed and engulfed into your actual dream. It's easy to do that. Very easy to do that. That's why it's so important that everybody in this room, everybody understands the power of having the expectation to make money. There's a foundation to everything in life. There's a foundation of being a parent. There's a foundation of being a husband. There's a foundation of being a wife. There's a foundation of being a great employee. It all comes down to understanding your purpose first. You can't be a great employee if you don't understand your purpose. Your purpose could be survival. Your purpose could be moving up because it's a great company. Your purpose will push you will take you and push you everywhere you want to go. People will start to see the beauty of your work because you're going to create things for them to want to be a part of. When Tyler Perry was sleeping in his car, there was no Tyler Perry Studios. There were no opportunities like that. He created those opportunities with what he was doing, which is a beautiful thing. He created those opportunities so people can be like, nah, this right here, this is what we do. Now people see Tyler Perry Studios. That's what he has chosen to do. Now it all makes sense. But there's a process with that. There's an extreme process with that. That's the whole thing. But he expected to make money. He expected people to understand his vision. He expected people to get behind it, even when nobody else did. But he kept building around that until he created Diary of a Mad Black Woman, and everything else was history. Everything else was history. Got to deal with Lionsgate, kept moving, kept creating, kept going. Took over BET, just bought BET allegedly. Think about that for a minute. But he expected to make money. He expected to be in the process. He expected that because he knew his quality was good. He knew his content was great. He knew he was delivering a message. He knew his product had substance to maintain people. And he knew people were inspired by what he was doing. Because Madea took over the whole Hollywood situation. Nobody ever said that was possible. He created possible. Isn't that crazy? He created possible in a world of impossibilities. Very few people can do that. Very few people can create possible in the world of impossible. So you got to understand that. That's why it's so important. But what you expect is how you're going to work. If you don't expect to make money, if you don't expect for people to buy your product, you're never going. People are going to see that. People are going to see, no, and there's nothing valuable. People want to buy value. They just don't want to purchase something just to purchase it. People want value. People want to know that when they purchase something from you, it is worth their time. It's worth the investment. They need that. They want that. That's undoubtedly true on every level. So it is important for us, for you, to put those things in motion. Because if you do not put those things in motion, what is going to happen is that your product will always look stale, outdated. It won't be innovative. It will not resonate with people. Your product must speak to people. Every day somebody wakes up with a similar business plan, if not the same, with a similar mindset, if not better, with a similar focus, if not bigger than you. There is a competitive space out here for what we are doing. That's why it's so important that everybody understands what you need, what the bottom line of your purpose is. So you can understand, yeah, people are gonna buy this right here. People gonna connect with this. People are gonna see the vision behind it. People are going to want to be a part of this. That must happen. Nobody knows their food is good until people keep walking back through until you see the same people walking through the doors. That's what an old restaurateur told me. He said, Jonathan, people do not know your food is. You will know your food is good if you see the same people coming back. That's all you gotta know. Hey, I'm back. The food was excellent. I'm here again. Hey, I'm back. The food was excellent. I am here again. Hey, the food was great. I'm back. I'm good. That's how you know. That's how you know. In the independent world, as an artist, as an entrepreneur, as a creator, you must think with every piece of product you put out there, somebody's going to invest into this. Somebody's going to take part of this. Somebody is going to purchase this because they can see what I see. You must think like that. If you don't think like that, you won't put the pressure on yourself to create the best experience. You need currency to fuel your business. Everything isn't a passion project, as Z Rose Gold would say. You need the money. If you don't have the money to continue to do what you do, you will eventually stop. And that's the thing artists never think about because they don't want to think about that. But this class, do you expect to make money, hits home on that. You cannot just create, and think that that's just a never-ending cycle. Creation is a part of belief. Belief is a part of understanding. Evolution is the fourth phase of that. So you have to keep that in mind. You can't evolve if those other steps aren't there. Like I just mentioned, it won't ever happen. You must understand that for you to take your product from $1.29 or from whatever to people saying, yo, I'm going to invest money in this. I'm going to spend $42.50. I'm going to buy some stock from Nebula. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get this going. I'm going to get that going. For all those things to be in place, think about what you have to do. Think about where it has to be. That's why it's so important to have a team around you. That's why it's so important to want to put yourself in a position where people can help you grow, like Roland. When Roland co-hosts with me, he's helping this platform grow. A lot of people don't understand that. That's why I want him here. That's why the expansion is so important for me, for us as a brand, as a company. Because other people can bring in their vision and help you in ways that you can help yourself, and bring in insight and bring in another strong voice. People, if you expect to make money, if you have not made money thus far with your brand, I mean, seriously, if you haven't made money, even $50, even $100, I'm not talking about money you get from TuneCore and all them other places because you're paying for streams. I'm talking about money you didn't generate, money generated organically. That means from shows or people purchasing your music directly for $1.29. Calculate how much money you've made from that. And ask yourself, if you was a consumer on the outside looking at your brand from online, from Instagram to your website, would you buy something from you? Would you buy something from you? If you didn't know you were a consumer, look at it from a consumer eye. Should people invest into what I'm doing? Do people feel comfortable investing in what I'm doing? Does this look good enough for people just to go out here and just spend money on? Those things are important. For those of you out there selling clothing and shoes, it's not about just doing something quick and putting it out there. You want your shoes to say, I need to put these on. I like those. Not just because you're trying to throw something up and make a quick dollar. There's nothing fast but failure in life. I always say that. You can't do that. You got to put yourself in a position where there's longevity behind it, where there's going to be a true long-standing purpose with it. Because if you don't do that, people going to see it. It's a marathon, not a sprint. It's a marathon, not a sprint. The purpose of us creating banners like what you see right here is for people to get the point. Oh, I need everything on here. Oh, they're going to do targeted outreach, call to action messages, promoting YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music. Wow, that's dope. Like organic outreach, internal engagements. That's dope. IG story watching, comments, and likes. Outreach to a minimum of 300 turn of followers every 30 days. They're going to do all that. I need that. People are going to see the vision behind it. And they can identify the product with an artist because they're going to look her up. Quincy Chalet. And say, who is that? That's why we put artists on every banner that when we create something. Local independent artists. So they can go out and see a similar person, just like them, represent the product, and they can see a person with a good fan base, a good growing fan base, rather. It's all a part of the vision because we expect to make money from this campaign. We expect because we feel like it fills a need, it fills a void. It's at a good price at $150. Everything is about, but we expect to make money, so we have to put the best presentation out there. We can't, even us, we can't throw stuff out there and expect people to fall in love with. Like, yeah, this is easy. It's just everybody gonna fall in love with this. It doesn't work. That's not the business. That's not reality. The more money you make, the more you have to invest into the brand. Because you can't afford for people to say, ooh, that looks cheap. You can't afford that. It's not even nowhere near possible. You cannot afford for people to think that you are doing something cheap. Because the minute they feel like you're doing something cheap, you know what's going to happen? They're going to look at your brand and be like, nah, that I can't. Louis Vuitton is never going to showcase something that looks cheap. They can't afford to. They can't afford to. They're gonna take themselves and be like, nah, we gotta do something different, right? Like this right here is not going to work. Because I don't want people to think that I'm doing anything. I don't want people to think that we're putting a product out there that does not represent the highest form of quality for our brand. See, there's levels to it. So you got to understand where that's coming from, people. You don't want people ever to question where your brand is going, if you're slacking on quality, and most importantly, the substance. When you expect to make money, you're going to hit all those things. That's the nature of the beast. That's not going to be something that you are ever going to allow to happen. That's why companies fight for that so much. People, it is extremely important for everybody to understand straight up what it means and what the values are about you and your ability to earn revenue. Everything that we're doing is based on that. We're not here. We don't want you to invest in Devin Mills' project because we feel like he's a great guy. We created a business plan so you can understand why the business is sound. We created these images like what you see here because we want you to see the vision behind Nebula and their platform, their Web3 platform, where fans can go and invest in the music. We want you to understand how valuable Devin Mills is. That's the whole purpose. But everything must have a vision behind it. We don't just talk about Nebula. We got to create a imagery of success around it. That's the way it works. So when you read Franklin Mills' business plan, which is amazing, you're like, okay, I want to invest into this. Because we don't want people buying music no more for $1.29 from your core die-hard fans. We don't want that no more. Not when I know Roland can give you, 40 times more. If you can 40x your revenue, do it. 40x it, buy something for $1 or buy something for $40 more. People are gonna go with the 40x. So we expect that as well. But in order to capture that, in order to receive the currency from expectation, you have to create a standard. If you don't create the standard, nothing's there. That's why I was like, I'm not gonna let Devin Mill go out here, Frank and Milton go out here. It's like, nah, Frank, here go the banner, here go your business plan. Now we can go. Now we could go to Roland and be like, yo, Roland, look at this. Roland, here's the page is up, is live. The page goes live today. I want you to go, put in this code, access his business plan, look at it, and here's the link where you can purchase it. Like, that's real. There's a process, but in order for everybody to feel a certain way, and in order for everybody to really gain the most from this situation, I want you to think about how we had to create the standard. So people won't just go out there and say, I'm just investing in this. I don't really know much about it. I don't know this. I don't know that about Devin Mill. But I know about Frank. That's why the business plan is so important. That's why tomorrow night when we go live on the Music Discovery Mix, the Visual Music Discovery Mix, they can see different videos and hear the intro video by Frank them. And say, look, welcome. We've been doing this, we've been doing that. Why do you think the intro video is so important? Because if I want you to invest in what I'm doing, then I need you to feel comfortable. I want you to see why I'm important. See the value in what I'm doing. Because I have created a standard. Just like with this banner right here. The Visual Music Discovery Mix tomorrow night at 9:30. We lit. We up. We're going to play a lot of Devin Mill stuff. We're going to have a lot of things showcasing around him. And Reminisce from Detroit. Shout out to 313. Again, people, we're there. We're going to give out the special login code to view his business plan. Again, people, we're moving. This whole thing is about expecting to grow your business with currency. Nobody's in here doing stuff as a nonprofit. We all are in here trying to earn a living the right way, legally, and give people great product. But you must understand your purpose. You will then see your vision. You will then start to paint out that vision to the world, aesthetically, putting out product, creating a product, but you're going to be involved in every step of the way so people can really see it. There's nothing more beautiful than Right Way Jay taking the Lost Soul nonprofit and saying, Jay, look, here's a bunch of ideas I have about it. He's the one that wrote the record. He's the one that has a vision for that. I'm just helping him. But when he puts his own mojo on it, think about how big that is. That's huge. Yo, Jay, I want these kind of color schemes. I want to have a banner that says this. I was thinking about I could do this right here too. We can come up with a bunch. He's going to be flowing with it. It's going to be all about that. That's the most beautiful thing. The coolest thing about my job is educating people and creating product. That's the core of what we do. I love it because I know it's going to help people. I know it's going to help people. That's why I love our new Concierge Instagram fan base growth service. Concierge Instagram fan base growth. Somebody right there doing certain things for you. Artists need that. That is a big need because I hear it all the time. Yo, I ain't had time to catch up on the money board. Now you got more help. So more is getting done and you putting in, and now you can put even more because you see the results coming in. But this is a no-brainer. That's what this is about. Do you expect to make money? when you are doing it, when you are working from your purpose and you're working from an authentic place and you're working from a perspective of helping people, you will make money because guess what? You're going to hold yourself to the highest standard. You are going to do everything cautiously, calculated, and at the highest level of quality. You are not going to just throw something out there. You're not just going to do something. There is a standard when you expect to make money, when you expect to have customers, when you expect to have consumers buy your stuff. It is a standard. Radio Push has a standard. We don't do nothing without proper presentation, and we have the infrastructure to support it. Roland, what's some of your thoughts on today's class, brother?
You know, when we started talking about this, it actually took me back to when my family was first starting our food truck, moving from the catering business to into the food truck business. What we found ourselves when we were first setting up, what we found ourselves surrounded by in a lot of situations were families or other companies that were setting up a table, and they may have had a good product, but what their presentation was basically, hey, I'm out here to hustle up some money and not necessarily I'm here to make money. Whereas my family had invested about $35,000 into a trailer, and we've, have all this branding and everything else associated with what we are selling. And although we were selling similar products, it is the presentation that we had that allowed my family to stand out, because it wasn't that we were just out there to make money. Our expectation of making money came through the fact that we invested money. So when you looked at us compared to those competitors that we had next to us, with them in their setup of just having a table, with us of having a full kitted out business, it looked like, well, the expectation is I'm hungry. I want some good food. Is this good food going to be, and we all know families can put together some good food, but the expectation was that this family that had this trailer, that had this product, that had everything looking like not only is money being made or going to be made, that money's already been made, the decision was easier for the customers. I know I have a safer product here. I know that there's something that love has been put into. I know that there's something that these people believe someone wants to buy. So I'm going to go ahead and make that purchase there, because this is where it's at, really. That expectation of making money from my family meant us making that investment early on, but it came through to the customer. So in the end, right, the reason why we made the money is because we expected to make money in the first place.
Right, and then most importantly, though, like you were saying, the standard was there. There was a standard of, there was a high standard of expectation. There was a high standard of customer service. There was a high standard of quality of product. Everything maneuvered down to that. So it was just different, and that's the way I see. That's what I perceived from what you were saying. All those things made a big difference into people responding, because when people respond to what you do, they're letting you know how they feel about what you have going on. Does that make sense, Roland?
Yes, it does. Right on point.
People respond. Like if we do something that's whack, then people will let us know. That's why we get a lot of people paying. Do you think this could work? Do you need this service? We survey about 30 artists. Like, yeah, I need that yesterday. And technically, I could survey one artist to tell me that. Like, nah, Jay, like, working with our own fan base, that'll be G. No service, no company offers that. But people have to believe in that. And then once they believe, then they come along and say, okay, let me see how it works. And once they see how it works, you got a food truck. They walk into the food. The food could be great, but if it's slow, you're going to lose more than what you're putting out. So Roland team had to have enough speed, execution, efficiency, and quality of product to keep that standard high, so people felt like this is worth me standing up in this line. People don't mind waiting. They don't want to wait forever. People don't mind, people don't want to compromise on quality. They don't want to compromise on, people take a little less service, but quality of food and speed any day. I know that from just going to New York a lot. Some of the restaurants, the service isn't great at all, but the food is good, so people wait. My thing is, but they expect to make money. Balenciaga throw their name on a t-shirt or on the design. And they expect people to buy that crap all day. And people do. Same thing with Gucci, same thing with Prada. Those things expect to make money. Even if I don't think their product looks good, people have a perception and an expectation of that. If I wear this, I feel good. I'm important. Or this is a quote unquote brand. Do people feel the same? You can make people feel the same way. When I'm watching Rolling films, I want to feel a certain way. I just do. I want to feel like he's going to teach me something. He's going to show me some of his film. I'm going to leave this room on some John Singleton stuff. That's how I felt when I watched John Singleton movies. I felt like he was always teaching me something. Never met the brother. Never. But I always felt like he was teaching me something. That's how we should think. Because he expected people to buy this. He was creating something that he knew when boys in the hood, people would benefit forever. But that was so raw, so authentic, so pure, that to this day, like 40-some years later, probably, I think, or 30-some years later, or whatever it is, people still watch Boys in the Hood. People still doing it. Because that's how impactful it is. But he knew that film would create money. It would be a launching pad for him. People, if you expect to make money, you have to understand your purpose. Lock in with your vision. Paint that vision without compromise. Surround yourself with great people. Don't compromise quality. Keep consistency in front of you. Discipline is the oil. Passion is your fuel. And you will be successful. I hope y'all enjoyed today's class. We're back here at 1:05 p.m. Roland, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for co-hosting with me. Everybody tuning in, Lyrical, Frank Camille, everybody, Right Way J, everybody. I want to thank everybody for tapping in. How do y'all feel about the banner, man? Y'all like the banner, Roland? What's your thoughts on the banner, bro? Everybody like the banner?
Yeah.
Rod D, what's good? Yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead, Roland.
I was going to say, of course, you got that star on there, so that's always going to be our fly.
Hey, well, the whole thing was, see, if you notice, we use the color magenta, and if you look at the top where it says, what's up, Rod D? If you look at the top where, see where the concierge is, see what the C is, C-O-N-C, there's like a little brightness, like you can't hardly see it. That was by design right there of what we did. We didn't even tell Quincy Chalet we were doing it. A lot of times I see stuff and I just do it. But we use the concierge color, that magenta rolling right there. Then we use magenta on her name so she'll stand out on the right. And then we put her thing down there. What's up, Z? Z, text me if you off this morning. And then we have the bullet points obviously underneath. But we wanted to create a banner, Jose Red, Grand Rising. We wanted to create it where everything kind of like grabbed their attention, because people normally read from left to right. So when they look at it from the left and come over. But if you notice in the middle where it says concierge, C-O-N-C, there's like a brightness there. And then you look in the background, there's the same double image in the background. And then we have the icons of the platforms and stuff like that. But the magenta and the cursive style font was very important to us with this banner, because we knew that was going to stand out. And that's why that darkish, kind of like dark stone marble type color was so important if you look at the background. Make sense, Roland? That's why we did that. So the fan base growth platform launches today. Quincy Chalet is the theme person of the banner. Hope y'all like it. Quincy Chalet, make sure you hit me up. Jose Reg, I got your text this morning. Appreciate you, King. I see y'all back at 1:05 p.m. You don't want to miss today's class, man. It's nuts. Rod D, hit me up. Let me know what's going on, bro. Appreciate you, King. Let's get it, people. Thank you again, Roland.